We are so delighted to have Martina with us this morning, along with Steve MacMillan, the CEO of Hologic. And Steve will talk to you about why you're a part of this story as well. But Martina, I mean, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? How are you doing?
Well, finally feeling like I can go to the gym. I've really been, physically, it's been really, really rough. The hardest thing I've ever gone through, needless to say. And I almost get PTSD when I come to New York because the 7-week treatment was here. And it was both, I had 2 cancers at the same time. So it was, yeah, it was very trying. But now, got a haircut, a bit of thinning going on, but yeah, I feel pretty good. Thankful. It could have been so much worse.
When you go through cancer the first time, I know one of the recurring fears is it ever going to come back? Is it ever going to come back? When you did learn that it was in fact back, although it was many years later, what were the first emotions that you were feeling in that moment?
Well, the first one, I was diagnosed with throat cancer. And then when they were looking to see exactly where it was, that's when they found the lump on my breast as well. So I'm like, and I knew it was cancer because that's the only way it lit up on the MRI. I'm like, great. So I got double whammy. There were 2 totally different cancers unrelated to the first one. So I've had now 3 different cancers, and I'm trying to figure out why. Genetically, there's nothing there. So I'm trying to figure out what, am I that lucky or that unlucky? So, you know, lightning strikes, doesn't strike twice. Well, this one 3 times, so hopefully it won't be a 4th time. But I have been very diligent about the screenings since that first time around 13 years ago. And yeah, and because of that, I caught it early, both of them. Got it early because I paid attention. So that's why I want to talk about it, because I want women to pay attention to their bodies. We take care of everybody else. Yeah. Take care of the animals. You know, when you get the card that the dog needs to get the rabies vaccination, we take them tomorrow. We get the card about breast cancer, mammogram, and like, oh, I'll do it, you know, later. And like the first time around, it was 4 years in between screening. So I'm very thankful for Hologic and the equipment they have to find it early. So
yeah, we'll bring Steve into it because you have a 3D mammogram, which is really fascinating. But you know, Martina, you're so tough. You are an epic champion. Did that help you? Do you think in the way that you, at least even mentally, took on this challenge?
As a tennis player, you fail all the time. Every shot, every point, every other point you lose. So you have to recover. And I think that mentality of coming back and believing and staying positive and you know, surrounding yourself with a good team, that was very helpful. And Chris Evert and I went through the same thing essentially emotionally. And we spoke to each other and realized how much that mentality, the champion's mentality that you have to be a champion in any sport, really brought us together and helped us get through this, because you have to stay in the moment, you have to stay in the solution, you have to stay positive.
What did it mean to have her in your court, so to speak? Because you guys were rivals, obviously, for many, many years, and there you two were fighting together hand in hand.
We've always been there for each other, and emotionally through our, you know, breakups and whatever. I've been to like 3 marriages ever, and 2 of them were her marriages. So and then she came to mine. You know, so we've just been so intertwined. It's amazing how much our paths have been on a similar path, and this time around on a bad path. But I was there for her when Chris went through it, and then she was there for me. It was amazing. It was almost like a twins, where when I was really feeling at my lowest, there was Chris, either a text or a call. And yeah, the timing was yeah.
The story of your friendship is so touching. There's a Washington Post article about it. People should check
Jenkins
it out.
Really nailed it.
It's incredible. I mean, it'll make you cry and smile. It's really just so moving. I do want to bring you in, Steve, because Martina wanted you here for a reason. This is a Hologic, and am I right? It does a 3D mammogram. What is this technology, and how can it be more accessible to people?
Yeah, the magic is we pioneered and invented the 3D mammography, which really gives a complete scan. In the old days, it would basically look, you know, one reason the breast is compressed is they're looking at it as one page. Now we can get a holistic view. And it's really been pioneering, and we've gotten reimbursement for it now over the last few years. Again, like many technology advancements, especially for women, sometimes they were a little slower on the reimbursement.
Martina, with this last bout, you had your mammogram and it didn't catch the breast cancer.
It was so small.
Yeah.
It was so small, and athletes, I've been told this, every athlete, female, oh, you have dense breasts. Oh, thanks a lot. They're not that big, but they're dense. But Hologic caught it the first time, didn't catch it the second time. Nowadays I have to get MRI as well. So I have the mammogram now, and 6 months from now, MRI, because I have the predisposition for it. But thankfully, they caught it. They caught it earlier.
Well, the key is getting the screenings, as you well know, right?
Yeah.
The best thing we can do, we can make the best machines in the world.
Right.
But if women don't get screened regularly, and let's face it, especially for women, life gets in the way. Oftentimes prioritized. In fact, you went 4 years without, and you don't 1 year turns into 2 into 3 without even realizing it. And as you know, getting it early.
Yeah, it
makes
matters.
A difference.
It does matter.
My own mother had it.
Wow. Well, Martina, you're an awesome person, and I can attest to that from a million different ways. Also, we were at the U.S. Open, my mom and I, and you draped your arm around my mom. And by the way, that picture has been texted around to a gazillion people, and now it's her claim to fame. So I just want to say thank you for that, too.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you.
It's so wonderful to have you here. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.